Those who have won the lottery, what did you do with the money? I won the lottery 5 years ago and haven't told anyone. After taxes my winnings came to just shy of 4 million. I paid off all my debts, hired an accountant, fixed some things on my truck, and put most of it in savings. I kept my job, didn't move, and kept my mouth shut. My brother is a substance abuser, my sister is a spiteful promiscuous woman, and my mom still blames everything on my dad who died 10 years ago. So, I didn't want them scrambling to pretend to care about me for cash. I had a friend who let me stay at his place years back when I was a recovering alcoholic. I talked to my friend about paying off his house and all that. He very firmly refused anything for himself but was very grateful for the offer to set up his daughter's college fund. I'm going to keep leaning on him though. I think he'll come around to accepting some repayment of the kindness he showed me. Maybe a vacation at the very least, I don't know. I've also been dating a girl for about 3 years now and recently asked her to marry me. She said yes. I bought a modest ring, just over what people would expect given my known employment. This weekend I'm going to lay everything out for her and I can truly know she's in it for me and not the money. It's going to liberating to be able to buy what I want and take care of my friends, totally worth the wait. The biggest thing for me is knowing who's with me for me and not the money. It started out as keeping my winnings away from my family and maintaining the life I'd built on my own. It just kind of snowballed from the "does she really like me?" concern and turned into a thing. It wasn't a planned test or anything crazy. So, my plan was a relaxing evening on the odd weekend we both managed to be free from work or other plans. We went to an early dinner at one of our favorite Italian places, and then finally went to see Star Wars. After the movie we grabbed some beer and wine for the evening and went home to relax. Skipped the weekly small talk about work, friends, and the accompanying few drinks in, and I told her I wanted to be open about everything with each other leading up to the marriage. She got kind of quiet, a little guarded and said, "Well, yay, so do I," pausing with that look people get when they want you to keep talking. I told her we were never truly going to have to worry about money, that she could do whatever she wanted with her job or stay at home or change careers, anything because I had north of $3 million in the bank. Her response was the slow "what are you talking about? How?" kind of thing. I got up and pulled a financial statement I'd printed out and stashed in the coffee table drawer, handed it to her and told her I'd won it all a couple years before we met. She started crying, like sobbing uncontrollably crying, and looked terrified. I got really worried and started explaining I kept it hidden because I didn't want my family hunting me down, that I didn't want people around me to change or to lose my friends. Then she started apologizing, saying she should have told me before I proposed. She has about $40,000 in student loan and credit card debt and thought that was going to break the engagement. She thought I was so financially responsible that there was no way I'd take on that debt because she never told me about it. It's why she'd been so open to a prenup in the vague conversations we'd had about it before, why she'd never brought up or talked about money. So, after a long conversation about openness and trust, we hashed out some ideas on what we would agree on for the prenup in regards to premarital debt and assets and all that. I'm going to pay her debt off after we're married so the tax issue is less of a concern and all of my winnings will remain mine should we divorce. Interest and dividends will be marital assets. All told, I'm very pleased with how things played out and we're in a great place for it. We're working with attorneys and my accountant this week and I'll be putting my 2-week notice in at work. She wants to keep her job but will request some time off so we can take a vacation and settle into actually enjoying some money.